Rothwell herself was last seen early Tuesday morning leaving her home on Northwinds Drive that's in the county around Creve Coeur. Rothwell's family, including her husband, posted flyers all over the area with Jennifer's photo. They also made a Facebook page called Find Jennifer Rothwell and announced a $25,000 reward. Officers have been searching this area all afternoon, but this is the first time that we have seen them put up crime scene tape.
Now, this case definitely took a turn as we're learning now that the missing person case dealing with Jennifer Rothwell has now turned over to a homicide.
Hello everyone, James here, and welcome to another Crime Atlas upload. I hope everybody is safe and well. Before we dive into today's compelling case, I need to ask a quick favor. Don't worry, it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg, maybe just a finger. Can you spare a finger? Not the bad one. I know some of you guys, it's okay. But all kidding aside, here's the deal. You may have noticed that recently, YouTube hasn't been promoting our videos the way it used to. It's not personal, YouTube still loves us. This is most likely due to recent algorithm changes aimed at boosting smaller channels. But here's where you come in. Allow me to briefly explain how the algorithm works and why your support makes all the difference. This is very basic, there's more to it, but when a video is uploaded, YouTube shows it to a test group of viewers. Let's say, for argument's sake, about 100,000. These are called initial impressions. YouTube then tracks two key stats: the click-through rate, which measures how often people click on the thumbnail, and view duration, self-explanatory. If the video hits certain benchmarks for CTR and view duration, YouTube then opens it up to a much larger audience, which leads to more impressions, which leads to more views. Here's an example. We posted the Martin Muniz video, Inside the Mind of a 5X Killer, on September 17th on this channel. So far, it's hit about 164,000 views on our channel, far below our average, while our CTR and view duration metrics have been above average over the last 90 days. That same video was then shared with Law&Crime, and within 1 week it hit 2.7 million views. The difference? Their subscriber base is highly engaged, and the algorithm works in their favor. In short, viewers are clicking on our thumbnails at a greater rate than ever, they're watching longer than usual, but our impressions are way down. If you enjoy what we do and want to see more, here's how you can help. Hit the like button, share the video, leave a comment, or subscribe. Each action tells YouTube's algorithm that you're engaged, and that engagement helps get our videos in front of more people. Thanks so much for your support. It truly means the world to us. Now, let's move on to today's case. In this video, we are re-examining the sordid case of Beau Rothwell. Our original coverage was uploaded in June 2022, but since then, the official police investigation findings have been made public. The Crime Atlas has obtained the full 110-page report, which provides an in-depth account of the terrifying events that unfolded on November 11, 2019, and how detectives ultimately solved the case. This updated version will include additional details you haven't heard before. To understand how such a tragedy could unfold, we need to start with Jennifer Rothwell's life in the fall of 2019, a time that was supposed to be filled with optimism and joy. At 28, Jennifer had a thriving career as a process engineer for DuPont in Chesterfield and was on the brink of a promotion. Her 31-year-old husband, Beau, was also thriving professionally, working as a chemical engineer for Ambitech. The couple had been together for 9 years, recently bought a home, and were eagerly anticipating the arrival of their first child. From a bird's-eye view, their lives seemed picture perfect. But as the saying goes, there are 3 things that cannot stay hidden for long: the sun, the moon, and the truth. Let's dive in. Jennifer Rothwell was born to Mark and Robin Von Hausen on November 20th, 1990 in Overland Park, Kansas. She grew up in Kansas City, Missouri, graduating from Park Hill High School before earning her bachelor's degree in chemical engineering from the University of Missouri at Columbia. Known for her outgoing nature and quick wit, Jennifer's college roommates said she was always cracking jokes, a true social butterfly. Beau Rothwell was born just a month after Jennifer in December 1990. Like Jennifer, he also pursued chemical engineering at the University of Missouri. While Jennifer was vibrant and talkative, Beau was more reserved, with friends describing him as laid back and quiet. An avid racquetball player, the two crossed paths on campus in spring of 2010, bonding over shared interests. By September 2015, the connection led to marriage. 3 years later, they bought a spacious 2,300 square foot home in Creve Coeur, signaling their readiness to start a family. But starting a family wasn't as easy as they had hoped. Beau later testified that he had always wanted to be a father, and the couple began trying to conceive in the fall of 2018. However, their journey hit a hurdle in December of that year when Jennifer was diagnosed with endometriosis. Despite this challenge, they continued trying into the spring of 2019, though without success. By June, Beau claimed the effort to conceive began to take a toll on their relationship, turning intimacy into a task devoid of romance. He said they both agreed to take a step back. Then, in September, everything changed. Jennifer shared the news they'd been waiting for. She was pregnant. Overjoyed, the couple began making plans for their future, from designing a nursery to adjusting their insurance to prepare for their new addition. But behind the scenes, things weren't as perfect as they seemed. Jennifer noticed a shift in Beau's behavior that left her uneasy. So much so that she Googled on her phone, "What to do if your husband is upset you are pregnant?" Unfortunately, she would not get the chance to work it out, as Jennifer was reported missing not long after.
Rothwell herself was last seen early Tuesday morning leaving her home on North Winds Drive that's in the county around Creve Coeur. Rothwell's family, including her husband, posted flyers all over the area with Jennifer's photo. They also made a Facebook page called Find Jennifer Rothwell and announced a $25,000 reward. Yesterday afternoon, Rothwell's husband posted a message asking for help trying to find his wife.
On Monday, November 11th, a winter storm swept through Creve Coeur, covering the area in snow and freezing rain, making the roads treacherous. Forecasters called it a major weather event, but it would pale in comparison to what was about to unfold. The next evening, at around 9:44 p.m., Beau called the police to report his wife Jennifer missing. According to Beau, her coworkers had contacted him earlier, concerned because Jennifer hadn't shown up for work that day. He told officers she was last seen leaving their home at 6:20 a.m., heading to work. Beau also mentioned that a mutual friend had come across Jennifer's Hyundai Sonata abandoned on the side of a local road. The car door was locked, but her cell phone was visible inside. Police quickly canvassed the area and located the vehicle, though her purse was nowhere to be found. Beau claimed he had been searching for Jennifer since 8:30 p.m. after hearing from her coworkers. An officer pressed Beau for more information, but he found it odd that when he asked whether there were any marital issues, Beau chose not to respond. However, Beau did agree to come to the station to continue their discussion. Officer Worth began the interview by asking Beau to walk him through his day. Beau explained that he went to work around 8 a.m. but left early, feeling sick at about 10:30 a.m. Reflecting on the previous night, he mentioned that he and Jennifer had watched The Great British Baking Show on Netflix, worked on a pregnancy countdown calendar together, and went to bed around 8 or 9 p.m. Officer Worth then asked Beau what he believed happened to his wife, to which Beau replied, "I have no clue, man. When I looked in the car, I noticed her purse was gone, so that makes me think. And it's locked, so she didn't take her purse and lock it. I don't know." Officer Worth asked if Beau would be willing to put that statement in writing, at which time Beau replied, "Maybe. I feel like I would need a lawyer for that or something. Sorry." Officer Worth countered, "Just for a written statement?" Beau responded, "Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to answer all the questions as simply as I can. I do kind of want a lawyer. We're going down a lot of rabbit holes." Confused, Officer Worth clarified, "Just to be clear, I'm only asking you to put your statement in writing. At this time, you're not suspected of any wrongdoing." When asked again if he wanted an attorney, Beau responded, "I would feel more comfortable with one before making a written statement." With that, detectives from the St. Louis County Police were brought in to open a formal investigation into Beau Rothwell. Police noted that Beau also refused to let them search his home, car, or cell phone, further raising suspicion. Instead, they searched a trash can at the curb of his property where they found rubber gloves, paper towels, and other cleaning supplies. Among the items was a receipt showing the cleaning products had been purchased the day before Jennifer was reported missing. Investigators informed Beau they'd be back, this time with a search warrant in hand.
November 13th, last night at 7:45 p.m., police execute a search warrant at the couple's home, and Beau was taken into custody. Our cameras were rolling as investigators spent hours going in and out of their home. Beau's arrest comes less than 5 hours after posting this on Facebook, saying, "Some of you may have already heard, but last night my wife Jennifer went missing. I've filed a police report and the search is ongoing. Please, if you hear of anything or have any information, it would be greatly appreciated." We do know from these new documents what investigators reported finding inside the couple's home, including wet carpet soaked with bleach and large areas of blood in carpeting and underlying pad.
On Thursday, November 14th, St. Louis County Police announced a major development in Jennifer Rothwell's case. Based on the evidence collected, her disappearance was officially reclassified as a homicide. That same day, Beau Rothwell was charged with tampering with evidence. Investigators had obtained store camera footage showing him purchasing carpet cleaner, gloves, and bleach the night before Jennifer was reported missing. According to the charging documents, Beau purchased and applied cleaning products to a large area of blood in an effort to destroy or remove physical evidence with the purpose to impair its availability in an investigation into the murder of Jennifer Rothwell. He was taken into custody and held on an initial bond of $100,000. Beau made his first court appearance on the tampering charge the following day.
Your next court date will be April 6th. I doubt it will proceed because it will go to the grand jury, it sounds like, before that date.
Shortly after, the St. Louis County Prosecutor's Office announced additional charges of second-degree murder, and the court immediately revoked Beau's bond. In the late evening of Monday, November 18th, St. Louis County Police reported that human remains had been discovered with Beau's assistance. The location was nearly 45 miles from the Rothwell home. 2 days later, on what would have been Jennifer's 29th birthday, authorities confirmed that the remains found were indeed hers. Subsequently, the charges against Beau were upgraded to first-degree murder. By the time investigators discovered Jennifer's remains, they had strong evidence linking Beau to her murder. Large amounts of blood matching Jennifer's familial DNA were found in the Rothwell home, despite Beau's attempts to clean it with bleach. Then there were the recently purchased cleaning supplies found in a trash can and a receipt showing Beau had bought them the day before she was reported missing. Adding to the suspicion, investigators learned that Beau was having an extramarital affair, providing a possible motive. In police documents, investigators revealed that 5 months before Jennifer's murder, Beau created a list of pros and cons about a woman with whom he was having the affair. Rothwell wrote it in a work notebook. In the pros column, Beau listed better sex life, more respect, fresh start, and is the cost too high? Under cons, Beau wrote, half my assets/money, trust is shaken/tainted, my family disappointment, and take on her kid with his probs, a reference to his lover's child. Forensic analysis of Beau's cell phone activity uncovered one number that appeared far more frequently than others. When police reached out to that number, they received a return call from a 31-year-old woman who identified herself as Beau's girlfriend. She revealed that she and Beau had been involved in an affair for about 6 months and that she was aware of Jennifer's pregnancy. According to her, she first met Beau at a mutual friend's party in May 2019, may have been a wedding, where Jennifer was also present. Shortly after the party, Beau began messaging her on Facebook, and this became a daily routine. When Jennifer announced her pregnancy in October, Beau messaged his mistress in an attempt to end the relationship. In his messages, he admitted, "I was in total shock," adding, "I felt like everything was coming down around me, and part of me doesn't want this pregnancy to work out." He also confided that he had been contemplating divorcing Jennifer for 2 to 3 months before meeting his lover and thought he would have had the courage to go through a divorce by now. However, just 2 days later, Beau resumed contact with his mistress. She told him she missed him, and Beau admitted that his attempt to break things off was only because of Jennifer's pregnancy. In one message, he wrote, "This is the last thing I want. I've never felt more regretful for anything in my entire life." In the week leading up to Jennifer's murder, Beau and his mistress exchanged messages discussing their relationship and potential future together. Their conversation ended with both professing their love for one another. The very next day, Beau sent her another message saying, "I'm addicted to you." The mistress was never charged or implicated in any wrongdoing related to Jennifer Rothwell's death. Court records paint a chilling picture of what unfolded in the Rothwell home on November 11, 2019. Beau admitted that he and Jennifer had a heated argument after he decided to come clean about his affair. When Jennifer demanded to know the other woman's identity, Beau refused to tell her. According to his testimony, this refusal enraged Jennifer, who allegedly lashed out, stating, "Keep your mystery, bitch." He then claimed she accused him of not being the father of their unborn child, which was later disproven by a paternity test. According to Beau, her words sent him into a fit of rage. He retrieved a mallet and struck Jennifer from behind, hitting her on the head. "I believe I cracked her skull," he said, before adding, "She fell unconscious and fell down the stairs." He watched as she stumbled down the stairs toward the garage door, then followed her and struck her again. Despite claiming that he had not planned to kill her, his actions in the aftermath told a different story. After the killing, Beau admitted to stripping Jennifer's body and driving an hour from their home to dump her remains in a wooded area. He then returned home and attempted to erase all traces of the crime. He scrubbed the house with bleach and thought he disposed of incriminating evidence, including the cleaning supplies, in a dumpster near the highway. The next morning, Jennifer's coworkers noticed her absence, and one texted her mother asking, "Hey, how is Jennifer?" Alarmed, Jennifer's mother called Beau, who told her he hadn't seen his wife since she left for work that morning. This external pressure is what forced Beau's hand, prompting him to report Jennifer missing later that evening. During the trial, prosecutors portrayed Beau Rothwell as a meticulous planner who had grown disillusioned with his marriage and plotted to kill his wife months in advance in order to gain a fresh start. They framed the killing as premeditated based on evidence such as the list of pros and cons of leaving his wife for another woman and the many messages between him and his lover that discussed a future together. Rothwell's defense attorney, Charles Barberio, insisted that the killing was not planned. Barberio stated the crime rose out of sudden passion and there's no evidence that he ever wanted to kill his wife. He implored jurors to return a verdict of not guilty of first-degree murder and convict him of voluntary manslaughter, abandoning her corpse, and evidence tampering. After reviewing hundreds of documents and crime scene photos and listening to many hours of witness testimony, it took the jury just over 3 hours to find Beau Rothwell guilty of murdering his pregnant wife in the first degree. Upon hearing the verdict, Jennifer Rothwell's loved ones sighed in relief and cried tears of painful joy. The murder charges come with a life sentence without the possibility of parole.
Jennifer Rothwell's family says they were hoping to have more than 28 years with their beloved daughter, but Beau took that from them. They say now with this sentence, they have justice.
We know we can't bring Jennifer back or her child, and so as far as our roles, we wanted to be able to bring justice and closure.
Rothwell said during sentencing, "To Jennifer's family, words cannot describe how sorry I am. This should have never happened." Jennifer's mother, Robin Von Hausen, said in a tearful statement via video call, "Jennifer was a bright light in our lives. Gone are the moments of joy with friends and relatives."
For Beau Rothwell, what began as a secret affair, fueled by selfish desires and lies, spiraled into a violent tragedy. Beau's betrayal was more than just an act of unfaithfulness. It was a calculated attempt to build a future with someone else while discarding the life he had promised to cherish. Jennifer Rothwell, a bright and ambitious young woman, trusted her husband and was excited about their growing family. Yet, behind her back, Beau was sending messages to his mistress about how he wished for an outcome that would free him from his responsibilities. Even his so-called moment of passion was rooted in months of deceit, with a detailed list of pros and cons weighing his wife against his lover. Ultimately, Beau's inability to confront his problems with integrity led to Jennifer's murder and the devastation of countless lives. For Jennifer's family and friends, justice was served, but it will never erase the pain of losing someone. And as for Beau, the fresh start he envisioned is now confined to a prison cell, where his actions will haunt him for the rest of his days. What are your thoughts on this case? Do you believe Beau's life sentence was the right punishment for this crime? Feel free to share your thoughts below.